It'd be nice if there was like some other indicator that showed you that things were aligned within a certain tolerance. Okay, save. Launch. Or not launch. Derp derp. Actually, we could run a landing test with this. Let's do a very quick one. We're going to launch, simulate. We're going to ask to go in orbit around MINMUS with an altitude of 10 kilometers. We are going to have to start with our antenna deployed, which we don't want to launch that way. Or is it not going? As long as we're within 160 kilometers of one of our satellites, we'll have a connection. It's kind of annoying, though. Maybe that one can't start deployed? Let's use this Reflectron instead. There we go. I don't actually want to launch with that in the end, but simulate. MINMUS, 10 kilometers. Go. Do the astronauts need anything regarding KIS, the Kerbal Inventory System? Maybe. Right now they're fine. They're just there to science, and they're sciencing really hard. Okay, it's going to do this, and it should change the view. There it goes. So, if I tell you to control from this MechJeb, and then, so currently we have no connection, apparently. Really? We're going to run out of time here. Yes, I don't care about the science. I only have one satellite in orbit. Oh. Can we get our connection to the ground station before we run out of time? Well, we can always buy more time in the simulator. Okay, you know what? Just collect it so you stop annoying me. Okay. That works. Set as target. And let's just see our KOS module, which is here, now that you have a signal. Copy. There we go. Lander from, actually, I have one called Lander MINMUS, don't I? From 0. Ah, volume is out of range. I'm being controlled from here, but not actually the base station. Alright, let's use this one instead of my script. I have my target. Land the target. Oh, and stop warp. Light the engines. There we go. See how it goes. Purchase additional time. So, that was a big donation from Anonymous. Woo, RimWorld. Oh, the RimWorld video just went live. Cool. Yeah, but then you're not going to be able to control it. Okay, screw you. Screw you. Abort auto land. I'll just do a test myself to make sure it's working okay. Wait, this probe core can't lock to a direction? That's kind of annoying. Surface retrograde. RCS turn on. There we go. I was like, why is it going so slowly? Actually, turn that off. Use the smartass instead. Surface. Kill the horizontal velocity first. Okay. Stability with these engines. Pretty good, actually. Very good. We can bring up our surface info. Now I do have my engines derated. Maybe they're too derated. I don't know how this will feel. We got 9 minutes left in our simulation. I'm not going to buy any extra time. But this is the thing I want to see. Like, we're not flipping uncoordinatedly, right? Our center of gravity is pretty fine and stable. And again, we still have the RCS to assist if it comes up. Oops. That doesn't do both sides at the same time. It does not. They're no longer mirrored. Okay. There you go. Even with 100% thrust, it is pretty stable that way. Good. Basically, killed all that. Oop, not node. That's a set of thing. That is up. And yeah, so retrograde to surface velocity, which is basically going to be straight up and down. Does the smartass not use the RCS? Are we out of RCS? We used up all the monopropellant already. Yeah, so this thing here shoots out monopropellant in all sorts of crazy directions in a way that doesn't make any sense. I don't like the monopropellant on these things. They're dumb. But the gimbaling on this is pretty good. Yeah, without the monopropellant, it's not going to work. I mean, we could stick a big reaction wheel on here. It just feels dumb that they would have burned through 250 units of monopropellant so fast. But it's because all of the things fire, even when it doesn't actually make any sense. Okay, good test. Let's just get rid of the monopropellant tank and just use a giant reaction wheel. F this. Good test. Okay, then we can launch for real. So let me go move the engine out of the way. I actually have an uneven number of things over here, but I guess that's going to be fine. Because now we can grab reaction wheel. Sort by size. The big one. Put that in there. Put that in there. We need our center of mass, center of thrust. Mirror mode back on. There we go. Oh. Turn off symmetry. Put you there. Get rid of the monopropellant completely. And do that. And adjust the center of mass. Actually, a little easier to see from further away. There. Ah! Symmetry! There, pretty good. There's probably a tool to automate that. Okay, there we go. Now is our lander. And, yeah, you can have full thrust. I'm not going to have you derated. You're going to do just fine. Exit. Needs to have a rocket on each end for better stability. Maybe. We've done that before, but I think we're going to be okay. Plus that'll add cost. Hey, Woodle. No, I don't know Satellite Rain. Tweet me with that. Remind me to take a look at it. TF2 server is just finished its update. And we'll be working in a minute now. So we're going to be fine. So we'll try to run these resupply missions. And then we're going to have to, I think, put a cut in here. We'll do the TF2. So go to the space plane hangar one, and it's actually the resupply one that we're doing. Could actually, I'm going to trash the greenhouse one, since that's a name that doesn't make any sense. Resupply one. And if I grab you, yeah, you'll automatically reorientate, which is very handy. So we need to retract, and just put in an ascent stage, because it's got tons of delta V. Like that. Maybe a giant fairing? Sure. Marleman, thank you very much for the sub. Welcome to the party. Okay. Bit of a blunt end, but I think we're going to be okay. Just throw a mainsail on this. What are we looking like? 4,000 delta V. That is not enough. But it's not that far from what we need. So I think what's going to happen is we'll just go with like a trio of the medium tanks like this. Throw on some skippers. Have them all go off at once. Who's that? Battle Hunter! Maybe the next research should unlock be mining tech. Yeah. More sustainability. Yes, I agree completely. I agree completely. Because it is ultimately my goal, but you need so much stuff to be unlocked to get there. There's always something else. Alright, 5,200 delta V. That's not quite enough. We do have lots of thrust to weight rate going on right now, so we can easily just go and tuck on some more that way. Should have just used the big tank. And actually, my decoupler is not going to be in the right position for this. Or we could go with better sort of asparagus staging as well. Which is probably actually a better idea. Let's go into paired symmetry. Like that. And on. Hey, Gebuk, thank you very much for the resub. And this one that goes like that. And then we can split these off. That goes like that to drop off first. Oops. Sorry, that's the latest one. So this is the inner. Yeah, this is the inner, the first one to drop off. So this has to do that. I think we're okay. This is fine for MINMUS. I'm a little concerned about the moon landing. Well, for the moon landing, we still have lots of delta V on these bottom stages. We can just throw on an extra tank of gas, and that's going to be fine. But I gotta try to bring this a little lower down that way on the decoupler, just to minimize the chance that we impact the body of the ship itself. Okay, sort of short and squat. That's okay. I think this will take off and fly. And yeah, 6K delta V. Well, okay. The bottom stage is here. 23, or yeah, 23, a little over 3K delta V on the bottom. Those should get us into orbit. We might use the upper stage to circularize a bit. Then to escape, which is what, 800 delta V? Well, not escape, but raise our orbit to MINMUS. So we'll have about 1,500 left, which is enough for the moon. No, we're good. We're good. Picasso, thanks for the resub. So let me run a quick simulation here to make sure that it can take off from the surface of Kerbal without goofing off too much. Shoots on the side stages, yeah. Let's do that. Bum, bump, bum, bum, ba-da-dum, bum. Yeah, the big fairing could cause some flipping because it's so, like, aerodynamically crazy in the front. Yeah. Okay, we forgot our struts. That's one thing. And the chutes. So let's go ahead and revert right away. I mean, the fairing is not much wider than the content inside. So either way, there might be some aerodynamic issues. I guess it is maybe a little wider than it needs to be. Well, let's go ahead and see if we... No, because any skinnier, it's really going to start hitting those rocket engines on the side. So that's no good. Struts. Gotta strut your stuff. And I'm not going to put any aerodynamic bits on the top of this. Where did I click? Oh, I clicked there. Well, that's fine. Ah! What the fuck? Something weird was going on there. Let's go from here to there. There we go. That is going to be plenty sturdy. Don't need anything more than that. And yeah, some chutes. So this is that first stage. So we can just search for chute. I guess we'll put the thingy on there. So that should deploy there. And you should deploy here. And again, we'll have them deploy at about 50% atmosphere, which should help things not screw up too much by deploying too early. Okay. Simulate again, because we didn't actually launch last time. BitBoy, wow, you have not been around long enough. That's the first F-bomb you've ever heard from me. Tommy, the side boosters are going to fall off pretty fast before we start to get a whole lot of aerodynamic issues on them. So I think we're going to be okay. We'll see. And disable this. Go ahead. We'll bring in the ascent guidance again because we've done a lot of takeoffs. All right, what does this look like? Do you think maybe there's a staging problem, you guys? Maybe I left a parachute down in the bottom. Boom, 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 boom. That's an interesting angle. Parachute. Why were you down there? Because you weren't paired up with the other one. I see. I don't know why. Sometimes when they're symmetric, they pair, or maybe I grabbed them wrong when I clicked and dragged. What? Is the symmetry broken on the engine? Did I change the ratings on any of them? No. I don't think we've ever launched a rocket that has done this ever. They're all fine. They're all set to go at the same time. It's not an aerodynamic thing with the fairing. Could be a weight thing. Let's just turn on the SAS. Full throttle. We don't need to use the ascent guidance. Alright, well, we didn't stage that, but it did take off straight this time. Alright, let's go and fix the parachute. It doesn't make any sense. Although we've seen that before with the ascent guidance. I think maybe it doesn't kick in right away. Maybe I should wait or use some supports. Let's fix this. Save. That way I won't forget it again. But that wasn't what was going on in the one where we went sideways. And ironically, the one where we still deployed the parachute went better. I think there might be something with the ascent guidance may not start off like stabilized sufficiently. Or maybe I launched too fast. Is the rocket under the fairing going? I don't think so. Oh! 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 It's because it's just controlling from that mech-jeb bit. So it's the nav ball going the wrong way. That's what it is. That's why when I have stability assist on, it just goes straight up. But if I tell the engage autopilot, it'll go sideways. Because we're not controlling from the right place. This is why we test. Okay, so I'll need just like another random probe core on here. Oh, we got another probe core. We do. But for some reason, it's using the mech jeb instead of this. Let me maybe change the route. Alright. Now the route is this probe core. So, will you use this as the preferential probe core? Is that how it determines it? Like distance from route? Because normally what I do is I put the probe core down first and I build the rest of the chute. Or build the rest of the ship. So it's like, I'm assuming like the 0th part. The problem is, we're not going to be able to change what we control it from here because the fairing is in the way. When you're in the vehicle assembly building, you can see through it. But here we can't. However, the probe core is upside down. It's pointing straight downwards. Which is pretty funny. Let's try. Let's autopilot. So it's pointing straight down. You see that? The probe core. We got to flip it on the ship. But at least now it's controlling from the right part. Oh yeah, that's right. You can control from a docking port as well. Although, again, to control from a docking port, you have to be able to right-click on it and choose control from here, which you can't do when there's a fairing in the way. But I can't flip this right now. I got to reset the core, the route, so I can take this, flip it upside down, put it back into position, put the KOS back on, now change the route one more time. There we go. And drop that down there. And I could see, actually, the text on the probe core was upside down. It all had to do because I didn't start building from the probe core. Now the text is right side up. Okay. I'm going to call that... We're probably fine. We don't need another simulation, right? Let's just build. We actually don't know if this is going to flip in the atmosphere or not. But I want to launch now. We're already cutting into our multiplayer time. Normally we'd be playing multiplayer at this point, so... This will be the MINMUS one, and then we'll build another one after we've proven this design works, or not. And then we'll send one to the moon.